Morgan County Water District at the surplus auction sale, and we just need the court's approval to distribute that over to the Morgan County Water District.
So I will entertain a motion to distribute $1,650 to the Morgan County Water District for 3 of their vehicles, which were sold at the Morgan County surplus auction.
Make a motion, we just give their money back, give that money for their vehicles. Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to distribute the $1,650 back to the Morgan County Water District for the vehicles sold during the surplus auction. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 2024 Kenworth truck and 2024 Mack truck resolutions. Sheena?
We have attached both of the resolutions on there, but these are the 2024 Kenworth resolution and the 2024 Mack truck resolutions. We will be purchasing them from Worldwide Equipment and financing through Keiko Leasing. We will need the court's approval to adopt both of those. I will open up the first one, which is the Kenworth, and I'll read it by title. A resolution approving a lease for the financing of a 2024 Kenworth truck, providing for the payment and security of the lease, authorizing the execution of various documents related to such lease, and making certain designations regarding such lease. And that's the first one. I think we can move both of those in one motion, but I'll go ahead and read the second one by title. A resolution approving a lease for the financing of a 2024 Mack truck, providing for the payment and security of the lease, authorizing the execution of various documents relating to such lease, and making certain designations regarding such lease. We'll just need approval on both of those.
All right. Any questions before we?
Are they, how
Well, this
far are
is,
they out?
according to Scott Picar, he had contacted Tommy about a month ago and said that they should be here. The single axle should be here maybe toward the end of this month, first of next month, right? And then the tandem should be here by the end of the year, maybe 1st of January. These resolutions are just part of the financing process, but we'll need approval to adopt those. Hopefully they'll get here soon.
We did get them back.
Yeah.
It's only it's holding us up on a lot of the work we gotta do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll entertain a motion to adopt the 2024 Kenworth truck and 2024 Mack truck resolutions when you're ready.
I'll make a motion. We adopt the resolution on the 2 trucks.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to adopt the 2024 Kenworth truck and 2024 Mack truck resolutions. Any further questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ambulance donation. Come up and tell us what's going on. There's a microphone up there waiting on you.
It's not here, so yeah, I can do it for it.
Yep.
So we purchased 2 new trucks, I don't know, 3 months ago or so. Our trucks was getting to a point where we needed replacements. We have a 2009, 2010, I'm not exactly sure what the year is, Chevy Express. We were wanting to donate it to the county use of the animal shelter. I've stripped it of the lights, warning sirens and everything, and replaced it with all scene lights, so they can have it out wherever they need to and see what they're doing. All the lettering's been took off of it. The only thing that's left on it is the orange stripe that says Morgan County. So
We'll put animal shelter on that probably, yeah. And the whole purpose is that right now, when they leave from the animal shelter to take something to the vet clinic, it's 1 dog at a time.
yes,
This, they can put several dogs in there. And if we have another disaster like we did the last time, we'll have something we can go out and get, large groups of animals and bring them in. Or even now when they go out, sometimes they go to places and there's 11 dogs there. And, it's kind of hard to transport 11 dogs. And that, we can put a number of cages in it, and there's even side drawers and cabinets where we can put small dogs. And I'd like to express my appreciation for the ambulance service and the ambulance board voting to do this. It'll help us out with animal transports. Any questions or anything for the? So we'll have to need a motion on that to accept that and put it into our fleet. So when you're ready, I'll accept a motion to accept the ambulance donation from Morgan County Ambulance Service for the animal shelter.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded to accept the ambulance donation from the Morgan County Ambulance Service to the Morgan County Animal Shelter. Is there any further questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report. It's all yours, Sheena.
Okay, we've got several items to go over. Of course, you all know this is ending a quarter, so we have a couple of extra reports that we'll have to go over tonight. The first one is the financial statement. I've attached that over on the side. This is a reconciled financial statement for September 30, 2023. I've also attached a revenue condition report and an appropriation condition report for you to view as well. Those reports show in detail the information that is on the financial statement. And I will open that first financial statement up and we will go over that. As you can tell, it has been reconciled and the bottom line cash balance for the books and the bank matches. We'll go across the bottom line for the cash balance. In the general fund is $939,772.44. Road fund $1,327,215.12. Jail fund $157,706.16. LGEA $7,322.73. Forest Fire $962.16. Special Projects $217,186.35. Clerk dock fees $14,609.91. Public property funds $410,357.84, with a total across all funds of $3,075,132.71. We will just need approval to accept that financial statement.
Entertain a motion to approve the September 30th, 2023 financial statement when you're ready.
I'll make a motion to approve this statement.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded to approve the September 30th, 2023 financial statement. Questions or discussion?
I got a question.
Where,
Public properties funds, that's a little bit more than what it
Yes,
has
I'm
been.
going.
I'll
I've
go
got
into that in a minute.
to get ready to go over that and explain that to y'all here in
it
just
was
a
like
few minutes.
322 or something.
Yes.
We got a surprise for you.
Yes.
Oh.
It's good.
I like
It's
this.
good. Yes,
It's
it's
good.
good. It's good.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, 10B is the second reading of fiscal year 2024 budget amendment number 2. I have attached that over on the side as well. This is the second reading of the fiscal year 24 prospective budget amendment number 2, totaling $313,481 for the purchase of the trucks. We submitted the applications that were approved last month at last month's meeting to KCO, and I was notified this week on the 23rd by Lonnie Campbell with KCO that Morgan County Fiscal Court was approved on those. So everything is rolling with the trucks, and hopefully they'll get here and we can hit the ground running on all that. But we will just need a motion or approval to adopt that
Yeah.
second reading.
Entertain a motion to adopt fiscal year 2024 budget amendment number 2, totaling $3,000 $413 and $481, $481.
Yes.
When you're ready.
I make a motion to adopt budget amendment number 2.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded to adopt the budget amendment number 2. Is there any further questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, 10C is changes to the chart of accounts. These are changes to the budgeted chart of accounts. Anytime that we do any changes to the budget whatsoever, we will be presenting this spreadsheet to let you all know of any changes whatsoever. So if you all will open that up, we'll go over that attachment. The first one is with the Wellness Center equipment. That is just a change. We changed that from the Wellness Center office equipment to Wellness Center just general equipment. That's just a change. That's no alteration other than just changing the wording on the account name. The next one was the child support program support. That also is just a change in the account code. DLG recommended that we change the minor code from 172, which is an assistant code, to a 348 program support code. So we just changed that at their request. The next one is EM management supplies and equipment. That also is just a name change. We added EM equipment to EM supplies.
EM is an emergency management.
Yes. And the next one is the easy clocking software fee. This is a new account that we added. It's just for the easy clocking software monthly fee that we'll need to pay. The next one is for surplus property auction. This is a revenue account code. We put that in there to be able to put that into the books where we had the revenue coming in from the surplus property auction. That will be for the general fund. As you can see, the next one is the surplus property auction revenue line item for the road fund surplus property auction sales. And then the next one, the last one, is for the water district surplus property auction expense, and that is the account that we will use to pay over the money to the water district for their part of the auction. And those are all the changes that we has as of today that we made to the chart of accounts. We will just need to approve those changes.
Yeah, I need a motion to approve changes to the budget chart when you're ready.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, properly second, to approve changes to the budget chart of accounts. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, 10D, this is the first reading of fiscal year 2024 budget amendment number 3. If you all want to open that up, I'll go over that with you. First of all, on the revenue side, we have a excess in the estimated revenues on their budgeted line items, and excess fees for the clerk was $4,299, flood control payment $403.29, special project ag development grants we received in $20,459 more than we anticipated from last year. On the budget, truck licenses $34,729.70, driver's licenses $19.84, strip mine permit fund $3,175, the horse park revenue $225, wellness center cruise-in t-shirt sales $451, wellness center rent $8,557.25. Wellness center fee, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
backwards, $2,267.50 on the rent. And correct that to wellness center fees, $8,557.25. Old jail tours, $450, and the Morgan County Public Properties Funds was $87,681.04 more revenue. And on the appropriation side of this amendment, we put into special projects for the Agricultural Development Grant Program $19,436. The program admin fees for ag development was an additional $1,023. And then the next three line items for reserved for transfers for the general fund was $19,828.04. Road fund reserved for transfers $36,713.70, and public properties funds the $87,681.04. I just wanted to go over that in detail with you all because those are changes to the budget numbers, and that will total $164,681.78. And we'll need approval to accept that first reading.
Entertain a motion to accept the first reading when you're ready. Budget amendment number 3?
Yes, number 3.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll make a motion to,
Got two of
on the
them.
first reading, budget amendment number 3.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor to approve the first reading of the fiscal year 2024 budget amendment number 3, totaling $164,681.78. Any further questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, moving right along to 10E. This is fiscal year 2024 budget transfers number 4. If you all open that attachment up, we'll go over that as well. These budget transfers are mainly the easy clocking software. We put $4,000 transferred into that line item. And where we changed the minor code on the child support office program support, we transferred out of the previous line item, the 172, 42, 48, 87, and transferred that right back into the new account code with the 348 minor code with a 42, 48, 87. You all can just see where those two kind of just went in and out. We received a letter that the PBA statutory contributions would be $81 more for for the year, so I went ahead and put money into that line item to cover that. Emergency management supplies, we transferred in $7,000 to that line item. Those were mainly going to setting up the equipment for the EOC, and of course the majority of those funds will be reimbursed back to us by the ARC grant. And the Wellness Center concession equipment, we've got some permits that we're needing to pay, and we'll have to transfer in $500 into that. And the majority of those funds for this budget transfer come from the reserve. And this will be a total of $15,829.87. We'll need a motion to approve those.
Entertain a motion to approve when you're ready.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor, it's been properly seconded, to approve the fiscal year 2024 budget transfer number 4. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, 10F, this is an updated standing order list. If you all want to open that up, we added a few accounts to this standing order list. I have highlighted them on there, mainly the easy clocking software fee. We're needing to pay that. That's an online fee, and we will pay that with the credit card, so we'll need you to add that on there. The child support program support that had been on there previously. We just changed the account code, documented that. The Wellness Center event supplies, that's also will be a purchase with the credit card from like Amazon, so we wanted to be sure to include that on there as well. And then the other 4 at the bottom are to do with the Keiko bond leases for the CAT equipment and the Kenworth and Mack trucks. And we just want to be able to pay those bond payments as well. And we will just need approval for that.
Yeah, motion when you're ready.
I'll make a motion to update the standing order list.
Second it.
Motion on the floor, it's been properly second, to approve the updated standing order list. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, 10G, this is the depository bank assets pledged to secure MCFC deposit accounts. This is a report that shows, of course, that we are covered by more than the bank takes care of than the FDIC, which is $250,000. I will, if you all pull that report up, it also shows there our ending bank balance and that our accounts have been pledged, the pledged securities report. We just want to, we'll be reporting that on a quarterly basis. We will monitor it and report it to the court, and the bank also monitors this on a monthly basis. We just want to keep you well informed on everything that's going on and what we're doing with that.
This will require a motion, right? This is for information.
That's informational purposes only. Okay, I guess we can move along if there's not any questions. If anybody has any questions, just feel free to ask and I'll try my best to answer them. If everyone's ready, we'll move on to 10H. Treasurer's periodic checklist. This is an informational only. We're just wanting to keep the court well informed of everything that we are getting done in our reporting and so forth. The first attachment was something that we will be doing quarterly. This is sent to the Department for Local Government. We uploaded all of our reports, and that is due on the 20th at the end of a quarter. And we just wanted to go ahead and show you all that. So that has been done and uploaded to DLG. And the next attachment is the Treasurer's periodic checklist. And you all know that we report this to you all every month. We're just wanting to keep you well informed that everything for retirement, Kentucky sales tax report, Kentucky tax payroll payments, the 15th and 30th, and their 941 payroll payments. For all three payrolls, our garnishments are 457 deferred comp and 401k, our bond payments, sales tax, restaurant tax, and all of our employee self-pay insurance have all been paid, submitted, and done on a timely basis. Just wanted to keep everyone informed of that. And if you have any questions, just let me know. That was just informational only.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to move on?
Yep, move on. Keep on
Okay.
going. Keep
10
rolling.
Okay. 10I, this is informational about the FEMA reimbursement, 2021 ice storm, DR 4592. We received an email on October the 5th, or on October the 2nd, that we would get an electronic funds transfer from the Commonwealth of Kentucky for $622,197.16 into our bank account. We confirmed that that money had hit the bank, and that'll be transferred into the road fund part of the budget. That right there, if you all look at that number, we had seen it and we're kind of doing some figuring, and that's around 80% of what we anticipated that we should get back from FEMA. So of course we had a question, where's the additional 10%? So we contacted ER Assist, and Vicki talked with her today, and because you all know we had planned on getting 90% back FEMA reimbursement. But if you want to tell them what she said today, Vicki, about the additional 10%, it's around $92,000.
The project, even though the work has been done, the project has not been closed out to FEMA yet, because we still have to request payment for some of our forced labor, the road department, some of my time, and also administrative costs and consulting costs. So once that is done, she told me that Kentucky Emergency Management holds that last 10% until the project is completely closed out. So at that time, we should receive the rest of the disbursement.
We're just wanting to keep you updated on the FEMA money that's coming in. So we, of course, the additional 10%, if you do the math there, it's around $92,000 that we will anticipate that we'll be receiving sometime as soon as we get that project closed out. Thank you so much, Vicki. And that's just informational only. The next one, if everybody's ready to move on to that, is 10J. This will answer Brandon's question from the financial statement for the public properties. We received a letter notification back in August of unclaimed property from Morgan County Real Properties 1. That said we had $87,681.04 of unclaimed property for real properties from Morgan County. Well, of course, you know, when you get a letter like that, you're like, is this true? You know? So I filled everything out and we sent it in. It was from Chase Bank, and in September we received a cashier's check from Chase Bank, and we deposited it into the public properties bank account, and the money's there, and we put it into the reserve. So that now put us up to $410,000 in that account. So that was good news. And that's how that came about.
Of course, that goes into the account that has to be held.
Yes,
till
we
yeah.
We
So-
didn't even put it in the other account. We deposited directly into our public properties account to sit there. But that's all I have for right now. And if anybody has any questions,
Any questions for the treasurer? All right, moving along. Road Department stone and gravel stockpile. Right now, I think out at the crusher and on 519, they've stopped crushing. And I think it would be best for this winter if we go ahead and stockpile some, well, what they're asking, this is what I've talked to Terry, and I think Tommy was up there and looked at it too. Purchase of 25 loads of number 57, 12 loads of dense base, 5 loads each of number 2, number 4, and riprap. And because we're getting everything's looking like we're gonna have some bad weather, so we want to get this stocked in and get it now while it's available before they run out. So what we're asking is consider this and take a motion to approve it so we're ready for this winter. And just on side notes, I think we had another load of salt come in today, or did that come in?
did salt come in today?
But we got salt too, and we're getting that ready to go, so.
We kind of estimated the cost on that around $26,000. There is money in that line item to budget for that. That should
Money's there.
last a while.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the gravel.
I'll second.
You have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to approve the purchase of 25 loads of number 57, 12 loads of dense base, 5 loads each of number 2, number 4, and riprap. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Leroy, Centerville Community Church Road.
I just want to take this into the county road system. You can see the pictures there. That's on Centerville, just past Phil Fanning Road. If you know where the Centerville Community Church is. There's 3 houses over there and the church. From the main road over to the church approach where their road starts is 75 feet. And then it turns to the left would be a personal driveway, and then to the right would be 2 more houses out there. And it's 325 feet to next to last house. It does have a culvert on it that's starting to get in pretty bad shape. It'll probably need attention in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the pictures there.
Yeah.
Maybe a box culvert or a bridge or something. But I'd like to make a motion to take that into the county road system.
I'll second it.
All right, we have
I think we need to advertise it first. I mean, I'm sure all these people over there want this to be
on the road, and I can't think of a better, place to put a road where it services a church and a bunch of different houses, but I still think we might need to advertise it and then get them in there with the deeds to all of it, write it over to Morgan County, and you all can vote it in next month.
All right, everybody agreeable to that? All right, sounds like that's the
Good.
plan. Okay. Covey Coffee Road.
That's me.
All right.
All right. So I was contacted by Angela Ball. They would like to change Covey Coffee Road, Govey Coffee Road.
It's
Govey.
Govey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
I think it is. Yeah, Govey, G-O-V-A, Govey Coffee Road. They'd like to change that to Ball Lane. It's a very small road. It's up over 172, right before you get to McKenzie Road or McKenzie Drive, one I can't really tell by the picture. It's only .037 cents per mile. It's very small.
All right.
She was going to be in attendance tonight. They had 2 medical emergencies today.
All right.
She messaged me, said she did be in attendance, but they would like to just get this name changed. Miles, I don't know.
Have you found out if there are any other ball lanes in the county?
That I don't know.
You might want to check with John to see.
Yeah, that's who I would
We
say.
had this one time before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
You
all
were
heights
change
up
the
there.
name and it already had a road with that name.
Okay.
And you want to put it on their list, because that's the 911 people, that's pretty much the whole reason we want these names to be very accurate, is they want to be able to go straight there. So, yeah, Mr. Conley, I think we'd probably need to just talk to him about that. And then it's just a vote, and then we got to tell them about it. We got to tell them in Frankfurt, and then we got to tell, as I said, Mr. Conley, so they could change the 911.
Yeah, all this came about.
You don't think there is?
We got Ball Heights out my way, but
Not Ball Lane.
Yeah, all this came about Tuesday evening, so I appreciate y'all getting that on really quick.
Oh, that's no problem. We didn't know.
coffee, and I told her that was yours.
Yeah, I think she contacted Tommy too.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, appreciate that. But, yeah, whatever we can do, whatever we need to do.
So you want to go ahead and we'll check, and then next month we'll vote it in. Should vote the name change? All right,
Appreciate it.
not a problem. It'll be easy. Next up is Sheriff's Office 2022 Oil, Gas, and Limestone Sand Gravel Tax Settlement. Perfect timing, Sheriff.
Yes, he did.
Okay, you should have that on your, I think on your.
Yeah, we have an
iPads there.
attachment.
Yes.
So basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you've got any questions, I'll try to answer them, but I don't have a bookkeeper here with me to help me, so I may have a little trouble.
We're looking at we're laughing at the screen.
And is it turned
I-
sideways?
It's turned sideways.
The
yes.
iPads. Mine's straight.
I just actually need a motion to accept it.
I'll make a motion to accept this.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to approve the Sheriff's Office 2022 Oil, Gas, and Limestone Sand Gravel Tax Settlements as a whole subject to audit. Is there any questions or discussion for the sheriff?
No, sir. Unless y'all have something you want to.
No. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Sheriff. You got another win. And we still doing this, oh yeah, we got to do Sheriff's Training Incentive.
Yep.
So Sheriff has completed his 2023 training hours.
I did.
Look at that. And we need a motion to approve his training incentive pay of $4,983.24.
Good for another year, Judge.
All right.
I'll make a motion, we approve Sheriff Molly's training, incentive pay.
Second.
Oh, they're up here fighting to see who gets the second. We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly second to approve Sheriff Smiley's 23 training incentive pay of $4,983.24. Questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Sheriff's buying dinner tomorrow night, guys. Okay, approval to install point-of-sale system at the Wellness Center and the transfer station. Sheena, you got the lead on this?
Well, this is something that Tommy and I are working on together. We are looking at installing a point of sales equipment at the Wellness Center and the transfer station. This will provide for printing receipts to replace the manual receipt books, as well as adding more control over the daily checkout and balancing of the receipts. The POS systems will also be able to accumulate data, particularly for the transfer station, as to the weight of solid waste being processed. Custom tailored reports will also be available to help the court and the treasurer's office to better manage these cash-intensive departments. Total combined cost of the equipment and programming for both locations will be approximately $6,500. Software will be locally sourced from Joseph Showalter, owner of Software Services LLC. If anyone has any questions, Tommy, do you want to talk about that? Come up and speak to the court about, this is actually something that Tommy had came up with?
We've continued to have issues, with Jefferson and the people at the Wellness Center as well on, just getting receipts. It's a kind of a burden, and it has issues of control. It works good sometimes it don't. And this is just a way to automate these systems. Anytime you take in receipts, you have to give them or money, you have to give them a receipt. It's just that simple. And these systems will be backed up with a database. Donnie, I'm sure you're familiar with Joseph Showalter. He has this system. They use it at Creekside, and it's something he developed so it can be tailored to our specific needs. We don't have to buy something off the shelf and try to make it work for us. He can actually fix it to suit us. It will be a secure system, and I just think it's time that we bite the bullet on this and try to make it right. Mm-hmm. Particularly for auditors, they're going to look at this pretty hard. They always do, and I think this is something that the court needs to consider. It'll take a couple of months, probably at least, to get this together. Once your approval is made, we will go ahead and start acquiring the necessary equipment. And I can get with Joseph. I've talked a little bit with Jefferson tonight concerning some of the information that he would need ongoing for the transfer station to help with his reports. Like I said, we're going to make it work for us individually. Anybody have any questions?
I have a comment. This will give us critical data that we need to make decisions at this court meeting too. And when we look at that, we'll know, what's coming through the transfer station, how much tonnage is coming through there, and it'll take a lot of the guesswork out. It'll make us, when we write justifications for some of the things that we're getting ready to try to do, it'll give us that data to present, to those people. Can't give us that money unless we have good reason to give it to them. Why are you going to give us that? Well, we're doing this and this. And that's that critical data that I keep talking about. And we need that. We need it at the Wellness Center too. And plus the other thing, how much are those books that we buy, those receipt books? They're like $8 a book.
And they go through them
We
really,
go
really
through
quick.
them like crazy. I mean, we'll be able to, we could have already bought 3 of these systems with the books that we use since the time I've been in office. But yeah, I think this is a good way to go, and it's going to automate it, and it's going to bring us back into the 21st century here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. We're going that direction. We're doing everything. And
Yeah.
So is this a one-time cost, $6,500?
It's one-time cost. Now, there will be an ongoing $50 per month for Joseph for software support. $100 a month total
Okay.
for him. But otherwise, that's pretty much it.
And it's locally sourced right here in Morgan County.
Yeah.
You can't beat this.
Yeah.
And Donnie, I know you're familiar with Joseph. I've worked with Joseph for 25 years almost, and he's really good at what he does.
Will this be that they can use a card, or is it just for receipt
purpose.
This is just for receipts now. If we ever decided to use credit cards, we can use credit card equipment with this. But at this point in time, we do not use credit cards. But it has that capability if we ever decided to.
I think that'd be a good thing.
Yeah,
We'll get branch out.
Oh,
get
will
us
we?
a-
That's-
get us
that's
a
where we
cost
gotta
of
go.
that.
Do we have to buy different equipment if we start using the credit card?
The only thing we would have to buy would be the card readers. And that kind of depends on who you go with, but he can make it work. He's got it working that, I've been up to Creekside, chat with him, looked at it, and, he can make it work.
So the bowling alley and,
We've already got a card reader. It's hooked up, it's just not usable.
Yeah, it's a different point of sale system, and,
And I can already print off.
I know, I can
receipts
too.
From my computer.
So can I.
So it wouldn't be.
I've been in it.
It would
Yeah, it
be,
can get, the system we have in the bowling alley can, give us, all the data we need, including how many people has, been in there, the times they were in there, money, receipt. It didn't actually print out receipts. You can get the rolls, you can do the whole thing in it.
so this one, where would it go? In the concession?
It'll probably be back in the concession area.
Concession area.
See, the cash register that we had back there, it tore
Yeah.
up.
yeah.
So
it
they're
was-
handwriting
it was in-
receipts now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it
back
was
to
old.
handwriting
And,
receipts.
it'll go back there in that area somewhere.
It
Now,
was an
the
old
one we
cash
got at the
register.
bowling alley is sufficient. We need that because it's tailored to the bowling
Yeah,
alley.
the bowling alley won't be getting
Won't be
this.
part of that.
Okay.
But we can develop, as I said, the systems to give us the information that we specifically need.
All right. Okay, we have no more, entertain a motion approval to install this. If you give it some thought, if you got any more questions. I entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we buy the $6,500 software and install it at the wellness center and at the transfer station.
That's software and hardware both.
Software and hardware.
I'll second it.
And we also need permission to be able to use the credit card to make those purchases at Apple and Ubiquity. Can you, if you want to, it's on them there also as well. That's
Yeah.
where that will come. We'll purchase the hardware and the software at Apple and Ubiquity. The hardware, software, but we'll need to use the credit card.
Hardware will come from 3 or 4 different sources. The computers will be Apple. Ubiquity is a VPN device that allows us to have security on the line so nobody else can get into it. And then the other pieces we'll get from Amazon.
Yes, but we, right now, we can't use the credit card any other place than where you all have approved for us to use them. So in order to get that equipment and that service, we'll just need approval as well.
This is a one-time purchase with these.
Yes.
Okay.
And we will report back to you when the project's completed as to the actual costs of everything.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion. I'll entertain a motion to approve with the install point of sale system at the Wellness Center and Transfer Station with permission to use the credit card at Apple and Ubiquity, how do you say that?
Ubiquity.
Ubiquity
That's a hard one.
for purchase of equipment. And Amazon.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's a long one.
That is.
Might be a record.
Should let Donnie say it.
I'll try, I will do after.
I can make a motion that we approve to install point-of-sale systems at the Wellness Center and Transfer Station with permission to use the credit card at Apple and Ubiquity for purchase of equipment.
Will you get a second?
I'll second
You
it.
second it? All right. So we have a motion on the floor. Do I need to say this again? We have a motion on the floor to approve what Derek just said and I already said once. It's been properly seconded. Is there any further questions or discussion? None being, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank God we don't have to read that again. All right. Coming up next, review of Wex and Elon billing statements. Sheena?
Okay, this is our monthly review, of the credit card bill, which is the Elon financial invoice. We've attached that for you all to view. If you all want to look over that. And then we've also attached our WEX invoice, which is our fuel fleet cards. We've attached the invoice statement, and we have also attached the WEX fuel activity report for that month as well. And we will just need we'll need to ratify those.
So we'll need a motion to ratify when you're ready.
And if you have any questions.
On this credit card, can we, I mean, it would be up to the rest of us, but can we just give you permission to use it without y'all having to wait before y'all buy anything? Or is it like a
Well-
limit, or is it?
Well, the way that we do any purchases that we make with the credit card, we always bring it to the court for approval
It has
before.
to be done, but I mean.
Well, once you approve it for us to use it at a specific location, such as, we've come to you for Walmart, Amazon, and, the Apple and Ubiquity, and I think Costco.
Will
So
it hold
once,
you up? I mean, waiting for the meeting or anything?
well, once we get those, we should be okay, and then if it's something that we need to bring to y'all, I think that DLG wants us to be able to have approval by the court
And I'd be
before
kind of
each
reluctant
purchase.
to open up that can of worms where somebody has full access to, card without coming into the court.
We just want,
And I appreciate what you're saying.
yes.
Yeah, I meant, but like for the
Yeah.
treasurer to use it, I mean, I'd look
Yeah.
for everyone, but I mean, I just didn't know how.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're pretty good right now.
I think we're good right
We're
now.
good right now with Amazon. So each time we've done it, we've found that we'll bring it to you. But I
Yeah.
think as of right now, all those places that y'all give us approval to use them, we're pretty good on purchasing and.
And we're getting everything we
yes,
need from them right
we're
now.
getting everything we need, and then we'll just bring the financial invoice or the invoice in, and then let you all view it, and we'll take care of making sure those are paid, those two credit cards. But thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Entertain a motion to ratify when ready, after you've gotten through all those. Fuel activity report. I really love the way we're tracking these fuel purchases now and then.
I make a motion that we ratify these expenditures for these financial services.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor, it's been properly second, to ratify prior period expenditures for WEX and Elon Financial Services. Any more questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E-Panel Plus Limited, this goes back to what, 21, Donnie, Sheena? Yeah, we're going to the Wayback Machine here. Donnie actually brought this up in one of our first meetings this go around, and when I didn't know nothing about it till he brought it up, and that was something that was where the fiscal court approved to spend so much on that. You want to discuss it and bring everybody up what you remember from it? No, just
Well,
what do you?
The 172 water station
Yeah.
was it was messed up and not operable, right?
Because I couldn't remember the price of it, but
Yeah.
Well, we had brought it. They brought it before the court, and the court voted to pay for those original, I guess, the original invoice or the original estimated repairs, and they agreed to pay half up front. So that was $3,634.70. I guess that was, I'm assuming, for like parts up front. And then we talked with Shannon, and he said that the reason that this had been held was because it had never been fixed and repaired. I guess they were waiting on more parts, and it was going to be more expensive than they thought to fix because there was more repairs to be done. But if you all want to look now, the invoice amount has changed because if you notice, if you want to also pull up on the second attachment, that is a vendor claims register from June 4th of 21, where the court where you paid out the $3,634.70. And if you look at the claim description, it says half of the invoice number 4416-172 water station repairs, and that is half of that original expense, estimated expense. And then now we have the invoice that has come in, and it is for $8,827.44 additional to the payment.
Yeah, and I don't think it's even working now. I think they've turned the water off because they've had leaks. We went out there and looked at it when they fixed it. We told him about the leaks that well, I think Leroy was out there with us when we looked at it and it was a leak, and then he told us he had to quit. Oh, well.
It's not satisfactory.
No. And he's made, I don't know how many different trips back and forth to Ohio or somewhere, wherever he lives.
Cincinnati.
And it's just, and then he's wanting to charge us so much for every trip. So,
Well, it's still not working?
no.
Well, Mr., I think is his last name Kohler? Is that what I had written down on that?
Yeah,
Is it
Charles.
Charles Kohler, I think. He had contacted us, I think the first of the week or maybe the end of last week, and he said that he had made the repairs, and he said that it was working, but I mean, maybe that's what he had said. That's why we brought this before.
Was Shannon Elam?
Shannon brought the invoice into Linda, and he said that it was okay, that he okayed that it was fixed, and that it was ready to be paid.
And there's more we'll pay our part, but there's more on it, and we'll pay what we.
Yeah, because they get the money out of it.
Yeah, I don't want, yeah.
I mean, it was just
The rest of it, we'll see what the rest of it, we'll pay our part of it, and then the rest of it, we'll send it back to the water district, and then let them go from there.
exactly right.
Okay.
Is there
What's their part? 30?
Be the other half, which would be the $36,34.70.
Yeah, we pay that, we're done, and out of this.
Yep.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to pay Ian Panel Plus limited $3,634.70 for 172 water station repairs, our portion of it.
Make a motion that we pay the E-Panel Plus $3,634.70 for the water station repairs.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, it's been properly second to pay E-Panel Plus the $3,634.70 for the 172 water station repairs. Any more further questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
That's why I didn't want to mention it, because I didn't know that's what the name of the company was.
Yeah.
I just know it was Charlie
I think it's
Kohler or something.
Kohler. I'm not sure.
Or Kohler or
I'm trying to
something, whether he's,
remember what he said, but yeah.
All right, moving along to ratify paid vendor claims.
These are the vendor claims that you approved at the last meeting that have been paid since the last meeting. And so you've already approved payment, we just need you to ratify.
I'll make a motion to ratify the paid vendor claims.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, properly second to ratify paid vendor claims. Any questions, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move along to approve unpaid vendor claims.
Okay, you'll see that, the register is attached for the vendor claims that need to be paid, for this month. So we just need a motion to approve those once you've had a chance to review them.
I make a motion to pay the vendor claims.
Second it.
Motion on the floor, properly second to approve unpaid vendor claims. Questions, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Vicki, you got this one?
Oh, I guess.
Put your name on it.
We need to pay Ethan Blair for serving as auctioneer at the surplus auction. And you can see he was extremely reasonable.
Man, I'd say.
And we just need to approve payment of $150.
We need to extend our thanks to Ethan Blair. He did a great job up there, and he's only charging us $150 for what he did up there those hours. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, he
He done a good job.
did a great job. And he just did it. I mean, he charges something, we gotta pay him something, you know, as Miles says all the time, you have to give something if you're receiving something. So we had to kinda, I think, make him dig that, but, you know, that's just great. I
I
mean,
make a motion, we, pay Ethan Blair $150 for his auctioneering.
motion on the floor, properly second to approve payment of $150 to Ethan Blair for serving as a surplus sale auctioneer. Questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and once again, our thanks to Ethan Blair for what he did for us Saturday. I think now I need a motion, entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel actions.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
Well, motion on the floor, properly second to go into closed session to discuss personnel actions. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, I'll entertain a motion to return back to open session.
I'll make a motion, we return to open session.
I'll second.
We have a motion on the floor, properly second, to return to open session. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next up for discussion is Wellness Center policy. Last month, we had some folks come in and talk to us, and they wanted to see the age limit dropped from 16 to 14 or below 16 for the Wellness Center. And we talked about it. We heard a couple, 2 or 3 of them come in and speak. And we heard Kathy speak to it. And I think some of you have had time to talk to Kathy and also do your own research. And so let's open it up first for discussion, and we'll get everybody's thoughts on it, and then we'll go from there. I'll go ahead and let, there's nobody else, nobody came from the other parties tonight. So Kathy, I'll let you go ahead and start the conversation out again with it. Yeah.
Well, I personally don't think we need to drop it because we've had
Well,
no issues.
No, that's not personal. It's about your professional as a director. I'm looking.
Okay, well, we have had no issues.
This is not personal.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Everything's been going good. We
Yeah.
get compliments all the time.
Yeah.
I just think we need to leave it like it is.
And, all right. Then, all right. You have nothing to add to it?
No, I just think it needs, because everything, it's good. We've had maybe 3 complaints that I can
Since
think of.
everything's changed and
Since-
started
yeah,
enforcing the
enforcing
age
it.
limit policy.
And everybody else is fine with it. Actually, there was a woman in there one day when you came to pick up lunch, and I think she talked to you because she talked to me about it. And I said, well,
Yeah.
he's right there, go talk to him.
Yeah, she
And,
did. She came up to me and told me
yeah,
she was,
so.
I've had a number of people come up to me that's against it.
Yeah.
And some is for it. Hey, Linda, what was, the Rich Ornstein, what did he say about it again? I think we just reinforced that. He just said, he said they should be staying at them, and then we've heard Miles as he talked last time. Magistrates, now you've had a chance to think about it. Have you got any comments?
Yep, I do.
All right.
Been contacted a bunch, different people. Here's my thoughts. I'm just gonna throw this out, see where it lands. But I think we think about lowering the age limit to 13. Do not let anyone under 16 on free weights unless accompanied by a trainer. This was brought up too. Well, what if we have a coach or a trainer with that wants to bring their team down? Okay, they have to be accompanied by an adult. I agree with that 100% because I've got a 12-year-old son. I know how boys are. They get up there with weights, free weights. Hey, let me show you what I can do. And next thing you know, they're dropping. So I agree with that. But this is a Morgan County Youth and Wellness Center. We can't turn it into for older folks only. We have to do stuff for our youth. I just.
The whole bottom half is for the youth. I mean, we've got the bowling, we've got the arcade, we've got the golf courts. And, people can bring their kids up there and say that they're not going to do it. And then, the next thing you know, you're looking and the kids are on the equipment. It just happened last week.
Yep.
And they don't know how to use it. We've got 3 working treadmills, and they stole the cord out of one of them. And, we can't afford to get, all that.
Well, the thing,
They say they'll watch them, but
the thing is, we can afford to invest in our youth. That's what we're here for. There was a fella gave me a very good word of advice, but being on fiscal court, he said the county is not to make money. The county is to work for your citizens, and I think we're doing a very big injustice if we don't.
Well, another thing, that equipment under 16, they're not even supposed to lift weights. They're supposed to do push-ups, because I you know, they're not supposed to do weight bearing like we have. So,
We probably need to consult the athletic director, because you have basketball, you have football that are lifting weights below 16 years old. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm open to whatever.
Well, just one thought. I don't think any kid is not allowed to go in there, providing they've got an adult with them. I think the big issue is people dropping their kids off there all the time, unaccompanied. No supervision. And, you know, them girls can't watch everybody down there.
That's another thing. Can we get those cameras moved to the front desk where they're supervised?
We're looking at the camera situation and buying some more and upgrading that down there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if we're gonna allow this, we're gonna have someone be able.
Right now, one of the cameras points right at the front desk, right? Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, the monitors,
Yeah.
where they can.
Oh, yeah,
see
I know
what's
what you have.
going on.
Yeah, we need to get those monitors out there where they're being watched all the time too.
Yeah.
And we're looking at that and looking at getting another system to put in there to upgrade it a little bit. Any other comments?
I'm gonna speak up again because this is the issue. I grew up at the playgrounds down here at the community center downstairs. I didn't tear anything up. I appreciated the fact that there was, something there to play. I remember before this place got built, you had the playground, and if it was raining, if it was snowing, that was off limits. If the net was off of it, if you didn't have a basketball, that was, I think that having a place for the children to come that we know is safe. It's away from drugs. It's for people to be around their friends and in a safe environment. I think that you said it best. You said it best. Invest in our children. What better investment than giving them a place that is safe, that they can play, see their friends? Because I can tell you, these 13, 14-year-old kids, if they're not there, they're either into something they probably shouldn't be, or they're playing video games sitting in a chair for 8 hours a day on a Saturday or something. And it's not good for it's not good for our society. It's not good for our community. It is for the youth. It's the Youth and Wellness Center, and I can tell you, most adults don't have the time to go and spend hours sitting in a bleacher watching their kid play. We don't take up money, so that's not one of the concerns that we've got to be there all the time. I think that with a few changes, like Eric said, we put all the monitors in one place so we can have one person essentially watch the whole building. And if there's a few little things we have to do, or if we have to hire somebody here or there.
There is more to it. If you go in there right now, the CAECO recommended we hire a security firm, not somebody from here. We'd have to hire a security firm to put them in there. That's what, this is the recommendations.
That we have now, it's
Yeah.
in accordance with the Fayette Mall.
It's in accordance with the whole statewide, is the way it's in. Listen, I believe in investing in the youth in this county just as much as anybody else. And I've worked with Kiwanis. I've worked with kids all the time. I'm making trips all over to Tennessee and Kentucky right now dealing with kids. But we also need to look, and he's talking about a safe place. I just want you to, has everybody had a chance to go down and look at the videos of what's happened down there? Have you actually went to Kathy and looked at the videos and seen what's been going on down there before we started enforcing that policy?
I've seen videos. I've been the one that's punished people and kicked people out.
You've seen you to punish them, and you've done a good job of that. And we'll have to keep that up. But from finding used condoms to running boys and girls out of the bathroom, and this is all coming from not high school students. So you got to take that into account. And And if we want to go, I have no problem if you want to go and do that, but there's certain things that's going to have to happen. As a Kiwanian, I have to have youth protection, I have to have a background investigation, and I'm even looking at the hires down there. We got to do background investigations on people because there's so much going on right now. You could even have somebody in that room that come into that wellness center that Kathy couldn't see and pick a kid up and leave with them. So that's just the kind of things that I think about. But you know, we got to find a happy medium on this. And believe me, I'm the one that instigated putting all this stuff in there for these kids. I want them to have a place to come and play those arcades. I want to put more stuff in there. I want to have more things to do. And if we can work out a way to do that, I'm good with that. But we got to work out a way to where it's safe. But it's also for the employees. I mean, they're not babysitters. These people have to come in there. And these kids have to behave themselves. So how do we fix that? And so far, what fixed it to start out with was the 16-year-old thing and having parents there. Now, they can come in there any age, as long as there's a guardian or somebody. It doesn't have to be a parent, it can be a guardian. I mean, we can go out and research this some more and look at other ways to do it if you want to delay it, or I'll entertain a motion right now and let's move forward.
Can we afford to put somebody there to?
We would have to look at the cost, because they said we would have to put, you can't hire, somebody here. It's got to be somebody from a certified security company.
Oh, well, no, I was just thinking if we.
Is there any guidelines, Miles, when you drop the age about your qualifications for watching kids?
So like when you're holding something out as like a public park or something, it's a relaxed sense. It's a relaxed liability issue. Okay, so like if I had like these places in Lexington, the trampoline parks or something. Okay, you're getting paid money. Okay, and you're making money. You're making a profit by taking all these kids in, and so every facet of that you're basically liable for. When the community joins together and creates a park or whatever, then a kid that hurts his ankle in the park can't necessarily sue the government that's providing this place for them to play. Now, with that said, although it's a relaxed standard, you can't have anything that's blatantly dangerous or that's blatantly negligent. Okay, you can't have a hole that everybody falls into and hurts themselves and we don't do anything about it. But I mean, I don't think that the county is going to be, held completely responsible if something crazy happens, if there's an act of God, or if there's some, we see these shooters and stuff all the time. I mean, that can happen everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We do need, you have to provide a place that's not dangerous. Okay, but if you do that, the governments get a little bit of. We're trying to provide services to the public, okay? And so the courts have found that they're not going to punish us just because something goes wrong here or there, okay? We're not in this for money, just like Eric said. Yeah. We're in this to help people and make sure everybody has a way to go and everything else. We're not in this to count $10 in our bank account at the end of the day. So it is a relaxed standard as far as that, but there is a standard as with any building you have.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if we hired, like I said, a firm to go in there and watch them, because I know good intentions. People say, "Oh, I'll come and watch them. I'll always be there," and then they'll get lax, and next thing you know, nobody's there. If the kids are doing something wrong and they need to approach them at a younger age, does that create a problem?
No, just as long as they know they're not law enforcement. I mean, I thought we had Patrick. Patrick used to work up there, right?
He's not there anymore.
Is he not there? Okay. You just need a security firm that knows they're not the cops. You need a very soft hand. You need we need to call your parents, or we need to call a deputy to handle this.
That's why it has to be a certified security firm.
You don't want some boot stomping person grabbing
Oh,
grabbing
yeah.
a 12-year-old by the neck or something and getting us in trouble. Yes, if we knew something like that was happening, then and we let it continue to happen, yes, that could be.
That's why
an
we have
issue.
to go through the
Yeah,
proper procedures.
I'm just trying to open up all
But if
kinds
we
of-
went through, and that's the fix, that's
Yeah.
that's the fix they're talking about. If you go through a reputable source, then supposedly we've done our due diligence by hiring these people who are supposedly good at their jobs. If they're, we're only responsible if we find out that they're not and we continue to employ them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But supposedly, if this firm is what they are, then they're supposed to vet them anyway. So that lessens our liability, as I said.
But could it happen like if, say, well, so-and-so got hurt down there, Kathy was there, she should have been watching these people, or,
I don't think lack of watching is
She wouldn't be trained.
she
for that.
doesn't have an obligation to watch the kid, okay? She has an obligation to make sure that, if there was a safety issue, if a banister was getting ready to fall or something, she'd have to tape it off and make sure nobody went there or something. You see what I'm saying? Not, the liability of I've got to watch everybody. And as I said, if it takes more time from the county attorney's office, I would be more than willing to, review with Kathy and review with the judge and everybody. If there are concerns, we can tell people they can't come back for 30 days. And if they keep going, or if it's bad enough, we can tell them that they can't come back. I mean, that's not hard to do, and especially when you have all these cameras. A lot of parents want to know, well, I want to see what happened. Fair enough. Here you go. And that's what we've done before, I had a very, very kind of a parent that was, rightfully angry. He hadn't seen it. We, took and I showed him, and by the end, he was like, I completely understand won't happen again. So, it can't, the lawyer in me, it can be done. The lawyer in me says, don't let anybody in and we'll never get sued. But the citizen in me, apart from my job here, just growing up, I was always in athletics. I think there's a lot worse places for these kids to be, and I've been thinking about this for months, and I can't describe it any better than Eric did. It's an investment in the children. It's an investment in the kids.
Oh, I agree. I don't see stuff for the kids, but like I say, right now it's open to them all the time. If somebody wants to go take their kids, it's open.
Well, you've got Thanksgiving week coming up. That's a week off school. You've got Christmas break coming up, so you're gonna have a lot of time then. And I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for 10-year-olds. I'm not asking, I'm asking 13. I think from the people I've talked to,
13 and
13's
above.
a good age, But Miles, I can remember, same thing, you're downstairs, going down, school's out, snow on, we're over there at the payphone trying to call, see if there's school tomorrow, So those are good memories, but, if the security firm is, by all means, puts us where we need to be in this.
Well, you want to table the conversation and investigate the security firm, see what it would cost. And go there and look at some other, look at the camera systems and all that. And then come back and present this to the court and go from there. Does that sound, or do you want to do something tonight? I mean.
Would this be legal if, say, if he dropped his kids off over there, if we had a form that if they was destructive, they tore something up, that they would be charged or paid for to replace something?
Well, you can have that, and that might draw attention to people, but it ain't gonna mean anything. If you tear something up, you gotta fix it. Or you intended to tear it up, which means you go to jail and then you gotta pay for it to be fixed, okay? Places make you sign that not as like, oh, we get out of trouble, you sign this. It's as a way of saying, pay attention. Your actions have consequences. So in that respect, it might be valuable to have them. sign something like that, just so the parents know, but parents should already know. You're in charge of your child, okay? Like, if your child does something wrong, it's up to you to take care of it. So, yes and no, yeah. I mean, it put people on notice.
What do you all think?
My concern would be, these kids on the freeways. I mean, it's dangerous.
I agree,
I
100%.
mean,
I agree
if you don't,
100%,
I mean, if you're not used to lifting weights, you don't have a spot or someone there, you can get hurt bad. And that's my concern with all of this. I've got 2 kids and I've coached in the past, and I'm all for doing things for kids. And, but that would be my main concern. We don't want to get somebody hurt that's lifting weights when they don't really know probably what they're doing. Because like I said, it's dangerous. And,
I think everybody wants to see something good for the kids.
Yeah.
And do things with them. It's just turning them loose down there free-handed.
Yeah.
It's the big issue. And if we drop it to 13, who's gonna come along and say we should drop it to 10?
Cross that bridge when we get there.
You know what I'm saying? That's just to open
Make
another
no
can of
mistake
worms.
about it, it's up to you all.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a question that, Eric said he's got calls. You all might have, received, communication or whatever from people. I've received it myself, of course.
Me too. I've received calls from both sides, and
I'm just throwing ideas.
I mean, it's up to you all. Like, everybody's like, well, I wonder if this, I wonder if that. I wonder, it's up to you all. What you want done. Whatever you say is legal. You're the legislative body.
so, once again, I mean, we've debated, this has been a good debate. We talked about it. We either make a motion now for it, or we go ahead and table it, and we look at a policy, we look at the security company cost and all that, and then come back with policy and everything, and recommendation to the court from the Wellness Center at the next meeting. Or you go ahead and make a motion tonight, and we develop the policy afterwards, and hope for the best with the security company.
I think
I think
things,
security is gonna be too expensive.
I know it's gonna be.
I don't think we don't make that kind of money down there.
Nope, we don't.
I think we put some things in place, such as the cameras, and maybe hire an additional employee or something.
We right now, we're sitting at 14 employees down there, and it's getting tough to justify. Yes, I was looking at it today, and that's the conversation me and her's gonna have tomorrow. I got 14 employees down there.
Or can we do a trial
And they're-
run and see what?
Yeah, we could do a trial run and see what
Do whatever
happens.
you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, Donnie. And I guess it would have been smart to ask the sheriff here if there could be, and I'm sure he does do patrols here, here and there.
Yeah, I've asked them to
There-
stop in and out there, and they do, and so does the city. Have they been doing? Have they still been doing that, Kathy? No, they stopped, didn't they? And that's the other problem is they'll do it for a while and it stops.
We've not seen whatever.
Well, it depends on the situation.
So you need to be deputized.
Make a motion on that? Is that a motion?
It's a whole lot different world than when we growed up too.
It is a different
It ain't
world.
nowhere near what it was. You not turn your kid loose like you run around today's time. The morals and stuff's going backwards. If you take and open it up, how much more are you gonna get in there? Say you take 60 kids, 20 of them's parented, 20 of them's half and half, 28. You want your kids running around unsupervised in that crowd without watching it? Mine ain't. I mean, it's just something to think about. I mean, I'm for leaving at 16. It's just,
But how's that unsupervised if we have employees that work there?
It's not their job to babysit.
What do they do? It don't take 8 hours to clean a bathroom. I'm just being serious.
I didn't know we had 16 people. You say 16 or 14? 14, my bad.
Well, I only have 5.
She's got 5, that's the ones, you gotta remember those other,
I've got the city
the other ones are not
one, and
always
those
there.
we
We
don't
don't have
even pay
14, there's not 14 employees there every day. Those are, you got 3 full-time, which is Robin, Kathy, and Diane, and then everybody else is part-time. And
We've
that
got
kitchen,
2 boys are from Gateway.
yeah, and the other 2 boys are from
They're
Gateway.
county employees.
Yeah, and then the kitchen stays busy. They don't have time to go out and look, and all that.
Is there 1 or 2 employees that are there all the time when the facility's open, the gym?
When, in the mornings, it's just me and Robin. And then at 2 o'clock, we have, at 1 o'clock, the gateway worker comes in. And then at 2 o'clock, we have, one of our employees come in. But see, they're all part-time and they can't get over 99 hours a month. And, you know, and we have been going over because we're shorthanded. You know, we've got one.
That's what we're gonna talk about tomorrow.
We've got one that's getting ready to go out for surgery, so
Yeah.
we'll be down to 4 employees then, on the center side, instead of 5.
And we have a high turnover rate over. By the time you get somebody trained and ready to go, then
Yeah.
they go to college or whatever. They have, college goes back or the school's back open, and then they leave, and then you gotta retrain them again. So there's a huge, that's our highest turnover place.
But again, I hate to go back, but I can remember that community center being full of people with 1 person, and you didn't do anything.
But the kids were different back then too, Eric. They're not like that now.
That's pretty mean.
And you had pot and beer back then too, you didn't have all these other drugs and.
But
Yeah.
that's why
The kids
that's
back
why
then
we all
thought,
have
they
a.
There's
were
always
way
something to
more
guard
behind. They
against.
didn't want
I
you to
mean,
go through it.
Yeah.
There's always,
They come right
there's gonna
out.
be 35-year-olds that are in that wellness center that aren't acting right.
That's
You know, I know this is weird coming from kind of a prosecutor or whatever, but like, I really don't like to punish everybody for just a certain set of people, like, you know, doing something. And, you know, these 13-year-olds, if there's people doing bad stuff, I know my 13-year-old's gonna go tell, probably. He's straight as an arrow. I still think he's gonna be an FBI agent. But I think by the time you're 13, I mean, if you don't know any better, then we're gonna find out real quick and we're gonna get you out of there. I do think that Eric and, you know, I think he's right also about the free weights. I mean, I think everybody here knows, especially people that have done free weights, it's very dangerous, even if you do know what you're doing. So, I mean, you know, that's practical prohibition you could put there. I just think there's a lot of good in it, and I do hear the critics. I hear the critics loud and clear. The attorney in me says, as I said, you know, hey, shut it off and we'll never get sued. That means you know, you don't have to worry about that lawsuit, but you know, at the same time, you're just going to serve less and less people, you know. And the youth are a lot of the people. That's why we're here. They don't, you know, we don't have a pool now. I feel, for some reason, I feel kind of personally responsible. We don't have a pool, you know, because I'm in leadership. I'm in county government, kind of, and we don't have a pool. I feel bad for that. I want some place for these kids to go to. I want some place for them to play volleyball and ping pong and basketball and all that kind of stuff, because it's just it's better than the alternative, you know.
So, I've sat here while you're talking, I appreciate that, but my job is to be the voice of the people in District 1, so I'm gonna make a motion that we lower the age to 13 to be in the wellness center without an accompanying adult. To not be on the free weights until 16 years old. And what I'd like to do, to go along with that motion, is to look into what we can do as far as moving the camera system, the monitor out to the main desk, and we need to hire additional employees full-time at the wellness center. I know it's a long motion. I can't
That's
put
better
that
than that
many.
one we was trying to read
Yeah,
earlier.
it's better than that. But, that's my motion.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second? Do we have a second? Motion fails.
It's up to you guys. I done my part.
Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
Can we table this and do more research?
That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to come back next month and discuss it again with some options. Everybody agree to that? All right. And we'll develop policy. I'm on what he said about I was gonna talk to you about that tomorrow anyway. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll look at the policies and we'll look at what we can do and all that, and come back and discuss this again and see if we can. I agree. I mean, we had a good debate. We talked about it. But let's see. We'll take a second look at it and see what we can do here, and we'll come back and if we can meet those requirements. We'll see. And we'll go from there. All right. All right, let's move on down to the next topic, if my thing didn't die here. All right, the November meeting falls on Thanksgiving, so we're gonna have to change that. I was looking at the following week, but I can't do it Thursday myself. Are you guys available November? See, the 27th? Or the 29th. I'm available that following week. I'm not available on Thursday or Tuesday. Monday and Wednesday. Are you guys available that night, or you got another date you want to suggest? Okay.
Trying to find a calendar.
Trying to find a calendar?
There it is.
We'd have to do it, or we
The
maybe.
days are the Monday, the 27th, Tuesday, the 28th,
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 29th.
Yeah, I can't do the 28th.
You can't do the 28th, so you got the
I already got meetings
27th and the
scheduled that evening.
29th.
I got meetings scheduled on the 30th. The week of the 12th is definitely out. I'm open on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th too. No, that's what Calvin, I'm not thinking, that's his Thanksgiving.
About the week after Thanksgiving.
The weekend, that's what I was talking about, the
He can do the 27th and
27th and
29th,
29th.
Monday or Wednesday.
Wednesday, I'm good with that.
Yeah, 29th.
Wednesday, the 29th.
Wednesday, the 29th, all right. Wednesday, November 29th will be the next physical court date.
Same time.
Same call, and it'll be a special call meeting.
Special call.
Yep, well,
Do we have to have a motion for that?
huh?
Do we need a motion for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I entertain a motion for hold the next physical court meeting on November 29th, 2023, on Wednesday.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded to hold the next physical court meeting, a special called meeting, on November 29th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Any questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Come on. Oh, that's it? Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.